2 years ago, I sat down at my PC and I created a new project. And I had the idea of a game where you play as a duck saving the world from an alien invasion. I know it sounds ridiculous, and honestly, when I first pitched it to myself, I thought it was too ridiculous to work. But here I am, 2 years into development, and it looks better than ever. And in this video, I'll go through my top additions and my favorite bosses created so far. Last year, I showed you the first version of Duck Norris, and I was proud of it. But a few weeks later, I sat down to play it again, and something felt wrong. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was fighting the game instead of enjoying it. Can't pause, there's no menus, and no basic functionality. And that's when it hit me. If I was struggling with my own game, what chance did anyone else have? So I made a decision that scared me. I was going to completely overhaul the way I approached the game. Not the concept, I still believed in Duck Norris Tales, but everything else. The controls, the menus, the entire user experience. It all had to change. So I spent the next few months doing something I'd never done before. I stopped making new content and focused entirely on making the existing content actually work. And the first thing was tackling the menu system. And I know they're not glamorous to talk about. So I built a menu system with proper pause and full settings. And the same thing with the main menu. And this gave me a chance to also rehaul the save system, because I wanted to include multiple save files. With all of that, I also added full sound and music controls. And my most anticipated update was controls remapping. Since the Steam Deck and handheld console were taking over the world, it was a no-brainer to add gamepad support. So I implemented that with control remapping. So you can customize every single button to get exactly how you want to play it. Because the game needed to feel like an extension of yourself. With that done, it wouldn't be me if I didn't try to take big risks. So I decided to add couch co-op. A duck, a chicken, one screen, twice the chaos. Since the gamepad are now supported, it was time to utilize it to the max. And this wasn't just adding a second player sprite on the screen. It meant rewriting the camera system, the UI, basically everything. There were days I thought I was crazy for attempting it. But then I got it working, and I invited my nephew to test it with me. We spent hours playing, laughing, arguing over who's the better duck. And that's when I knew I made the right choice. And at this point of the game, I had a serious shortage of bosses. There were only two, Monster Inc. and Ayala's. And I was set to create meaner and bigger bosses this time around to push the game mechanics to the limits. Then the first boss, Ink Particle. It was an introduction boss, and the main goal was to get you acquainted with the dodging and healing mechanics. It also ramps up with difficulty by evolving into a second phase, just when you think you've got it figured out. It has really good pacing and gives any player a taste of what the game has to offer. The next one is Pangolin, and this is what happened when you cross a pangolin with a Godzilla and give him anger management issues. He's your first taste of what this game can throw at you. He started by stomping around, shooting radioactive laser beams, but that's just phase 1. In phase 2, he starts laying eggs that hatch into baby blobs. And ignore him, they will swarm you. If you focus on them, the pangolin will laser you to death. And all of this constant juggling makes this fight so memorable. Next, we have the Red Elder. This is where the story gets personal. The Red Elder is one of the ancient guardian, and he's been betrayed by humans before. So when you show up, he doesn't want to hear your story, he just wants to see if you're worthy. This boss uses forbidden alien technology to manipulate ink into symbiote-like bullets that chase you around and cause serious damage. This is one of the few bosses that actually made me rethink my own combat mechanics and level design, and I learned so much creating this one. Next one is Murvok. This demon lives in the underworld, and he is massive, like screen-filling massive. You cannot just run and gun this one. He has shields, summon minions, and he will absolutely use you for target practice if you're not careful. So this boss forces you to use every mechanic you've learned up to this point. And it's just like the final exam, but with just more explosions. And I've created countless more bosses, and if you want to know more about them, I covered each one of them in a separate video. And now with all of these bosses, I needed to solve the difficulty problem. Some players wanted a casual adventure, and others wanted a Dark Souls with feathers. So how do you make one game that satisfies both? And that's when I created a dynamic difficulty system that caters to many playing styles. And you can just adjust that on the go. If you're struggling with a boss, turn down the difficulty a bit. If the boss too easy, well, it's time to go Dark Souls style and get slapped around. And this is not just a simple HP adjustment. It alters the attacks of certain bosses and makes them even more deadly. And to make it competitive, I even added a grading system. Now you can beat the boss and get ranked from D to S plus based on your performance. Now we can also showcase that to your friends and have a tug of war. And after implementing all these systems, I finally had the moment that I've been waiting for since I started working on the project. I was playing through the game, testing the new bosses, and I realized that I was actually having fun. I was playing Duck Norris because I wanted to, not because I had to. And I couldn't be happier with how year 2 turned out. But more than that, I'm grateful for everyone who followed this journey from the start. Your comments and feedback, suggestions, they all shaped up the game to be what it is today. And I couldn't have done it alone. And year 3 is going to be about more content, more bosses, more weapons, and hopefully more secrets around the world. And if you like what you see, make sure to wish list Duck Norris Tales on Steam. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far and you're interested in optimizing things and becoming better, I've created a new Discord server for like-minded people who wants to take this journey to the next level, and you can find it in the links below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like and a comment. It will really help me with the algorithm and help the channel grow. If you enjoyed this video, you'll enjoy this video as well. Thank you so much, and remember, just take it one day at a time, and I'll see you in the next video.